Your Excellencies, dear delegates to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly, ladies and gentlemen, dear friends. With pleasure, I welcome you all here in the Clubhouse of Sociëteit De Witte. The annual Europe House lecture is organized by the European Parliament Information Office in the Netherlands and a representation of the European Commission. And the lecture aims to give leading policymakers an opportunity to give their perspective on European current affairs. This year's edition focuses on the EU from an external point of view. And I was very pleased to see that this event attracted a big number of parliamentarians from several EU and NATO countries. And the unique thing about parliamentarians is that they are not under instructions of their government, because they represent the people. So they are free to speak.
A part of this cooperation is our participation to the NATO Parliamentary Assembly. Especially after the Wales summit, it's of great importance to be able to exchange views in the days that follow. It's a great opportunity for all of us to meet for the committees and have discussions on very important matters.
We have to try and strengthen the relation between EU and NATO. This means we have to focus on the subjects and the issues that are of our concern. So it's not only energy, safety and security, but territorial safety too, and the safety of our borders.
Thank you. I want to talk just a brief moment about Russia because and how it relates to the issue of Ukraine, because I think the American public, and I can tell you certainly Congress, they do not see the Ukraine issue as just the Ukraine. They see it as a Russia issue. They're very concerned that we've been pursuing a false narrative. There are significant differences in values.
Well, I'm attending the NATO Parliamentary Assembly meeting here, and I think it is so important of recognizing the alliance and the relationship between the members and that dialogue. And bringing parliamentarians together is so important because we get to share the perspective of not only ourselves, but also of the legislatures we come from.
It's not accidentally what happening now in Ukraine. Not Ukraine is problem. Of course, they have a lot of problems. The problem is Putin's Russia. And you will be surprised, I believe, that Russia can be different.
For me, it's very painful, because being once a student in the Soviet times, we have been taught by everybody that we will not permit the NATO boot to march over the territory of the Soviet Union. Then we have become independent, and now what we see?
This event makes it possible to focus attention of the public leaders, of the politicians, and to look at the situation probably for some people from the new point of view.
Experience quite a hostile atmosphere here in the hall, discussing the relations between the United States and the European Union, and the whole discussion boils down to the a sort of a tribunal for the Russian Federation for what is going on in the eastern part of Ukraine.
Trzymam kciuki za to, aby te źródła
I really keep my fingers crossed to rule out all the sources of the threats, but it really means a joint effort.
Thank you very much.
Jestem umiarkowanie usatysfakcjonowany, dlatego że z jednej strony widać wyraźnie, że zbliżamy się do wspólnego poglądu, ale też widzę, jak długa droga jest do decyzji finalnych.
It's a very tense situation and it's hard to foresee what's actually going to happen in the forthcoming months. I'd like to thank you all very much.